Hello students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is political formations in the 18th century, and in this chapter you will learn about later Mughals and foreign invasion, independent kingdoms, case study, the Marathas. Think and answer, if you were the ruler of a kingdom, what the changes would you make to improve the lives of the people? अब ये आंसर के लिए आपको चैप्टर की जरूरत तो नहीं है. अगर आप खुद कहीं के रूलर होते तो आप किस तरीके के चेंजेस अपनी रीजन में लेकर आते? Just you have to write it down. Now, later Mughals and foreign invasion. The Mughal Empire declined rapidly after the death of Aurangzeb. The Rajputs, the Marathas under the Peshwa Balaji Vishwanath and the Sikhs under Banda Singh Bahadur soon asserted the supremacy. Aurangzeb died in 1707. The kings who ruled after him came to be known as the later Mughals. So, Aurangzeb की death से पहले भी बहुत सारे rulers थे, and after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, उसके बाद जितने भी rulers आए, we used to call them later Mughals. With the mighty Mughal Empire torn into bits and pieces during the 18th century, the Afghan rulers conducted a series of raids from the northwest of Delhi, looting and plundering people and temples, and this further weakened the Mughal Empire. During one of these raids in 1739, Nadir Shah, a powerful Persian general, looted Delhi and took away the Kohinoor diamond and the fabulous peacock throne of Shah Jahan to Afghanistan. उसके बाद बहुत सारे अलग-अलग invaders आए, travelers आए. They plundered, they looted different temples in different parts of the country. The Afghan ruler Nadir Shah was assassinated in 1747. Ahmad Shah Abdali was now the independent ruler of the Afghanistan. In early 1748, he conducted a series of raids and conquered Lahore, Kashmir, Punjab and Sindh, and he also plundered Delhi and Mathura. At this time, the Marathas were emerging as a powerful force in North India, and they challenged the Afghan viceroy in Lahore and drove him away. Thus, the Marathas and not the Mughals were locked in battles against foreign invaders. The Afghans, the second battle was fought at the famous battleground of Panipat in 1761, and the Marathas were defeated and completely routed. Sikhs of Punjab, however, later put up severe resistance to the Afghans, and they could not consolidate their possessions in India. अब आए अफगान रूलर नादिर शाह, इनको assassinate मार दिया गया था 1747 में. फिर अहमद शाह अब्दाली आए. He conducted a series of raids to conquer Lahore, Kashmir, Punjab and Sindh. He also plundered Delhi. उसके बाद पंजाब वाले एरिया में भी बहुत लोगों ने कोशिश करी, but पंजाब के लोगों ने resist करा, and the Afghans, they could not consolidate their positions in India. NEP Quest, who was the famous Maratha ruler? His name was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now, independent kingdoms. With the declining power of the Mughal Empire in the 18th century, various autonomous states emerged. Major regional powers arose in Bengal under Murshid Quli Khan, in Awadh under Sadat Khan Burhan ul Mulk, in Hyderabad under Nizam ul Mulk, Asaf Jah in Karnataka under Sadatullah Khan, in Mysore under Hyder Ali, and the Jats under Churaman and Suraj Mal in the 6th under Ranjit Singh. So these were different autonomous kingdoms at different places under different people's leadership, and we will learn about them one by one. Number one is the Jats. The Jats lived in the areas of Haryana, Punjab and western regions of the Ganga Yamuna Doab and eastern Rajputana. The Jat rebellion started under Gokula in 1669 and ended with the formation of Bharatpur under Suraj Mal. The Jats attained political importance only in the later 17th and early 18th centuries, and the ambition of some of the Jat zamindars of the Agra region to establish an independent principality brought them into conflict with the Mughal government, the Rajputs and the Afghans. Under Churaman, they acquired control over territories situated towards the west of Delhi, and for a while they became the virtual custodians of the city of Agra. Badan Singh, approximately around in 1722 to 1756, a nephew of Churaman, styled himself as a feudatory of Jai Singh, and he may be regarded as the real founder of the Jat state of Bharatpur, Deeg and Kumhet. तो जाट जो थे वो आपके हरियाणा, पंजाब और दोआब वाले रीजन के बीच में ज़्यादा थे. इनका political emergence भी हुआ, and they attained the political importance only in the later 17th and in the early 18th centuries. And for a while, when they became very much virtual custodians of the city of Agra, Badan Singh bhi the. He was the nephew of Chauraram. He styled himself as the feudatory of Jai Singh. Then came the Sikhs. Guru Gobind Singh transformed the Sikhs into a military community, the Khalsa. When the Mughal Empire weakened after the invasions of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali, the Sikhs became more powerful. The Sikhs gradually expanded their kingdom in the 18th century from the Indus to the Yamuna, and finally a Sikh chief named Ranjit Singh conquered Kashmir, Peshawar and Multan and established an independent Sikh state with his capital at Lahore. Punjab flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who was a strong and courageous soldier, an efficient administrator and a skillful diplomat. His presence held back the East India Company. It was only after his death that Punjab was annexed in 1849. Ranjit Singh built up a powerful, disciplined and well-equipped army with the help of European instructors. फिर रंजीत सिंह की किंगडम के अंडर जब पंजाब आया तब वो सबसे ज़्यादा फ्लरिश हुआ था. It had a military community as well to transform the Sikhs, and the Mughal Empire weakened after the invasions of the Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali. The Sikh became more powerful और सबसे ज़्यादा महाराजा रंजीत सिंह के समय पर ही सिखिज्म या पंजाब बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लरिश हुआ था. Fact zone: Guru Nanak Dev founded Sikhism. It was originated in the Punjab region around 5,000 years ago. तो 5,000 साल पहले ही Sikhism originate हुआ था. It was founded by Guru Nanak Dev, the first of the 10 Sikh gurus of Sikhism. Then came the Awadh. The founder of the kingdom of Awadh was Saadat Khan. He was appointed first as governor of Agra 1720 to 22 and then of Awadh. He was a wise ruler. He carried out a revenue settlement in 1723 which protected the interests of the ryots, and he extended Awadh's jurisdiction over Banaras, Ghazipur, Jaunpur and Chunar. In the Battle of Karnal 1739, he was taken prisoner by Nadir Shah and he committed suicide to save himself from dishonor. Saadat Khan's nephew and son-in-law Safdar Jung 1739 to 1754 became the next governor of Awadh, and he became the Wazir of Emperor Ahmad Shah. In April 1752, Safdar Jung entered into an agreement with the Marathas against Ahmad Shah Abdali, and in return the Marathas were to be paid rupees 50 lakhs and granted the Chauth of Punjab, Sindh and the Doab in addition to the Subedari of Ajmer and Agra. So this time क्या हुआ? Founder of the kingdom of Awadh was Saadat Khan. बहुत सारी administrative political policies इनके time पे आई थी. He also committed suicide. खुद ही उन्होंने सुसाइड कमेंट कर लिया था बिकॉज ऑफ द डिसऑनर इट वाज ब्रिंगिंग टू द कंट्री, और मे बी टू हिमसेल्फ ओनली. खुद ही उन्होंने सुसाइड कर लिया था. एंड देन सादत खान्स नेव्यू एंड सन इन लॉ सफदर जंग बिकेम द नेक्स्ट गवर्नर. सूबेदारी और चौथ का जो सिस्टम था वो यही लेकर आए थे. आफ्टर सफदर जंग्स डेथ इन 1754, his son Shuja'ud-Dawla 1754 to 75 became Subedar of Awadh. In 1762, he became Wazir of Emperor Shah Alam II. He entered into an alliance with the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, as well as with Emperor Shah Alam II against the company. He suffered a crushing defeat in the Battle of Buxar 1764. By the Treaty of Allahabad 1765, all the territories except Kora and Allahabad were restored to him. By this treaty, the Nawab of Awadh became a subordinate ally of the company. फिर आए Treaty of Allahabad. इस treaty के तहत कोरा और इलाहाबाद को छोड़ के बाकी सारी की सारी जो रीजन्स थे वो वापस उन्होंने रिस्टोर कर लिए थे बाय द नवाब ऑफ बंगाल, एंड बाय दिस ट्रीटी द नवाब ऑफ अवध बिकेम द सबऑर्डिनेट अलाई ऑफ द कंपनी. Then came the Bengal. Bengal was one of the wealthiest regions of the subcontinent and was a coveted part of the Mughal Empire. The Nawabs of Bengal were originally governors of the region and they became the de facto rulers as Mughal power declined after the death of Aurangzeb. Murshid Quli Khan, Shuja'ud-Din Daulah and Ali Vardi Khan were some of the important Nawabs. Under their rule, Bengal enjoyed peace and prosperity, and they encouraged agriculture, took steps for the safety of travellers and encouraged trade. They were able administrators who reorganized the finances of Bengal. They also attempted to check the growing power of the East India Company, and however, as the army was not very strong, they were defeated by the British at the Battle of Plassey in 1757 CE. तो बंगाल के टाइम पे इट वॉज द वेल्दिएस्ट रीजन ऑफ द सब कॉन्टिनेंट और बहुत सारे अलग अलग रूलर्स भी यहाँ पर आए थे. बट आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ द औरंगजेब मुगल पावर डिक्लाइन हो चुका था. देन के मुर्शीद कुली खान, शुजाउद्दीन दौला एंड अली वर्दी खान. दे वर द पॉपुलर एंड सम ऑफ द मोस्ट प्रोमिनेंट रूलर्स ऑफ बंगाल एंड दे वर नोन एज नवाब्स. Then came Hyderabad. Hyderabad of the Deccan became an independent kingdom under Chin Kilich Khan. He was also known as Nizam ul Mulk, and at that time of Aurangzeb's death, Chin Kilich Khan was the governor of Awadh in December 1707. In 1713, Farrukh Siyar appointed him as the governor of the 6 Subas of the Deccan. Intrigues at the Delhi court led to his recall from the Deccan. Nizam-ul-Mulk was transferred to Muradabad and he became the governor of Malwa in 1719. In 1720, he demonstrated his military power against the Sayyids by defeating the two generals, Dilawar Ali Khan and Alam Ali Khan. तो इस टाइम पे भी हैदराबाद भी एक इंडिपेंडेंट किंगडम बन चुका था. निजामुल-मुल्क बने थे चिंच किल्च खान. औरंगजेब के डेथ के बाद यही गवर्नर ही बन चुके थे औध के, एंड देन सक्सेसर्स आए इनके बाद भी, and he also demonstrated various military powers in his time. After the fall of Sayyids, the Nizam-ul-Mulk made himself master of the 6 Subas of the Deccan. He was appointed Wazir by Emperor Muhammad Shah. However, Nizam-ul-Mulk could not adjust to the political intrigues of Delhi and left for the Deccan in disgust. Under secret instructions from the Emperor, Mubarak Khan, deputy governor of the Deccan, resisted him, and securing the support of the Marathas, Nizam-ul-Mulk defeated and killed Mubarak Khan in Berar in October 1724. From this period of the Hyderabad state, 1725, Emperor Muhammad Shah reorganized, recognized him as the viceroy of the south. Kilij Khan was a capable ruler and Hyderabad prospered under him. The city became well known for its art, culture and cuisine, and the successors of Nizam continued to rule the state until it finally merged with the Indian Union in 1948 CE. तो हैदराबाद जो कि पहले इंडिया का पार्ट नहीं था, हैदराबाद के ये जो किलिच खान थे बहुत अच्छे रूलर थे. इनके टाइम पे हैदराबाद बहुत फ्लरिश भी कर गया था इन टर्म्स ऑफ कल्चर, आर्ट, ट्रेडिशन, कुजीन. और उसके बाद फाइनली जो उसके बाद के भी निज़ाम थे उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से हैदराबाद को कंटिन्यूड रखा उनकी इंटैक्टनेस में, एंड फाइनली गॉट मर्ज्ड विद द इंडियन यूनियन इन 1948 CE. Then came the Rajputs, Watan Jagirs. Aurangzeb's religious policy had distanced the Rajputs from Mughals. The Rajput states of Mewar, now Udaipur, Marwar, now Jodhpur, and Amber, Jaipur, became independent. Jodhpur and Jaipur played a more crucial role in the post-Mughal period. Raja Jai Singh, himself a great astronomer, built the city of Jaipur. He also constructed astronomical observatories in Jaipur, Banaras, Varanasi, Delhi, and Mathura. The Maharajas of Jodhpur and Jaipur controlled large territories from Agra to Surat, and there were scores over smaller Rajput kingdoms, which, however, never attempted any confederation. Even after the decay of Mughal Empire and remained loyal to the British as well. Some of the powerful Rajput rulers were Raja Ajit Singh of Jodhpur and Savai Raja Jai Singh of Malwa. They tried to extend their territories by seizing portions of imperial territories neighbouring their watans, and Nagpur was conquered by Savai Raja Jai Singh, who gained a Subedari of Agra in 1722. Maratha campaigns in Rajasthan in 1740 put a check on their further expansion. तो राजा जय सिंह जो कि उस टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लरिश भी कर चुके थे, इन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल ऑब्जर्वेटरीज दिल्ली, मथुरा, आगरा और जयपुर में भी बनाई थी, एंड बिकॉज ही वॉज अ वेरी ग्रेट एस्ट्रोनॉमर. आफ्टर दैट बहुत सारे अलग अलग रूलर्स भी आए, एंड मराठा कैंपेन्स इन राजस्थान इन 1740 इट पुट अ चेक ऑन द फर्दर एक्सपेंशन की और एक्सपैंड करना है या नहीं. Fact zone: Rajputs rebelled in 1708 due to the harsh treatment of the Rajput Rajas by the Mughals. The rebellion forced by the Mughal emperor to sue for peace and restore the Rajput holdings. Mysore: it was Hyder Ali who made Mysore powerful. He was appointed Faujdar of Dindigul in 1755, taking advantage of the prevailing anarchy in the south. Hyder overthrew his former patron too in 1758 and seized the political power. Hyder died in 1782 and his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. Mysore under Tipu continued to grow as a formidable power. Lord Cornwallis, the new Governor General, considered war with Tipu inevitable. Tipu's attack on the Raja of Travancore freed the Governor General from the strict policy of neutrality laid by the Pitt's India Act of 1784. Lord Cornwallis found no difficulty in securing the alliance of the Peshwa and of the Nizam, and in the Third Anglo-Mysore War 1790-92, the Mysore ruler was defeated. The Treaty of Seringapatnam 1792 deprived Tipu of half of his territory. So Lord Cornwallis आए, फिर Anglo-Maratha War हुआ, Anglo-Mysore War हुआ, and in the Third Anglo-Mysore War, the Mysore was defeated and the Treaty of Seringapatnam was signed, under which जितनी भी टीपू सुल्तान की टेरिटरीज थी वो उनसे छीन ली गई थी. Instead of being crippled by the British, Tipu strengthened the fortifications of Seringapatnam and reorganized the army. Seringapatnam was taken by assault on May 4, 1799, and Tipu was killed in action. And his son surrendered. The new Mysore state entered into a subsidiary treaty with the British, which reduced it to the position of a dependency of the company. अब इतना कुछ हो गया था, लेकिन उसके बाद भी उन्होंने हार नहीं मानी. उन्होंने अपनी खुद की आर्मी reorganize करी, and then Tipu was killed during this entire scene. Case study, the Marathas. The Marathas arose as a great and mighty force under Shivaji 1627 to 80 CE, the son of Shahaji, who was an official in the court of Bijapur. Since Shahaji was mostly away from home, the young Shivaji was placed under the guardianship of Dadaji Kondadeva. He grew to be a brave warrior, well trained in the art of guerrilla warfare, and being ambitious, Shivaji dreamt of establishing a Maratha kingdom. He waged a long struggle against the Sultan of Bijapur and the Mughal ruler Aurangzeb. He was able to carve out a strong Maratha state. Shivaji crowned himself as the king in a coronation ceremony in 1674 CE and assumed the title of Chhatrapati, and his capital was at Raigad. When he died in 1680 CE, the Maratha Empire was the first to reckon with. अब आए छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज, बहुत अच्छे ये आपके मराठा रूलर थे, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट प्रोमिनेंट मराठा रूलर्स. खुद ही को इन्होंने किंग का दर्जा भी दे दिया था और छत्रपति का जो ये ओहदा है ये भी इन्होंने खुद को दे दिया था. Shivaji's administration. Shivaji developed an efficient administrative system in his empire. He developed the whole territory into two actions: Swarajya, the territory directly under his rule, and Mughalai, the territory from which he collected Chaudh and Sardeshmukhi. Chaudh, a tax or tribute imposed by the Maratha Empire in India, typically levied at 25% on revenue or produce, and Sardeshmukhi an additional 10% levy on top of the Chaudh. अब इन्हीं के टाइम पे क्या हुआ था, Chaudh और Sardeshmukhi का भी implication start हो गया था. Chaudh was 1/4 of the produce to be given to him. It was like a tax kind of a system, and Sardeshmukhi was extra 10% tax which was levied or extra add on to the Chaudh. Central government. Shivaji was the supreme head of the civil government. He appointed a council of 8 ministers called the Ashtapradhan, who were in charge of different departments of the state. फिर Ashtapradhan भी इन्हीं के टाइम पे start हुआ था. He was kind of the in charge of 8 different departments of the state. Then provincial government. The whole kingdom was divided into 3 provinces. Each province was under a governor called Mamlatadar, who was assisted by 8 chief officers. The provinces were divided into parganas and villages. तो फिर आपके आ जाते हैं मामलतदार, एंड ये भी इनके साथ 8 चीफ असिस्ट करते थे इनको, एंड ये परगनास यानी कि ग्रुप ऑफ विलेजेस में डिवाइडेड थे. Then came the revenue administration. The land revenue was fixed at 2/5 of the gross produce, payable in cash or kind. Care was taken that no hardship was caused to the cultivators. They were given advance loans to buy seeds, cattle, etc. And the loans were payable in yearly installments at the convenience of the cultivators. And besides the land revenue, there were other sources of income such as Chaudh and Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal territory. The Sardeshmukhi, Chaudh ऐसे भी आपके sources थे जिससे income generate हो जाती थी, revenue administer हो जाता था, and apart from that, land revenue was also a source of income. Military organization. Shivaji established a highly organized military system. He had a well-equipped standing army consisting of both infantry and cavalry. The commander-in-chief was called the Senapati. The officers and soldiers were paid in cash and were not allowed to live off plunder. No jagirs were given to them. He evolved an excellent military discipline. उसके बाद आपके बहुत सारे well-organized army system था. जो head था इस army का उसको सेनापति बोला जाता था, and he was also into a very much evolving military kind of a system. उनका military system, army system हमेशा evolve होता रहता था for better. Successors of Shivaji in 1681, Sambhaji, one of the Shivaji's 2 sons, had himself crowned and resumed his father's expansionist policies. In 1682, Aurangzeb headed south to conquer the sultanates of Bijapur and Golconda. In 1688, Sambhaji was captured and tortured. Raja Ram, Sambhaji's brother, now assumed the throne, and in 1700s, Satara was besieged and surrendered to the Mughals. Around the same time, Rajaram died. In the 18th century, power passed into the hands of the Peshwas under them, and the Marathas became the dominant regional power. अब संभाजी जो कि शिवाजी के 2 बेटों में से एक थे, उनकी मृत्यु के बाद उन्होंने खुद ही राजा बना लिया था, and he was also a very good ruler, and under them the Marathas became the dominant regional powers. Then comes Marathas under Peshwas. After Shivaji's death, the effective control of the Maratha kingdom fell into the hands of the Peshwas, who served Shivaji's successors. The seat of power was at Pune. Under the Peshwas, they developed a successful military organization, and the Marathas fought against the Mughals and expanded their territories between 1720 and 1761. Malwa and Gujarat were seized by the Mughals during the 1720s. After the 1737 raid on Delhi, the Marathas expanded their territories further towards the north in Punjab and Rajasthan into Bengal and Odisha in the east and into Karnataka and Tamil Nadu in the south. The Marathas, however, only collected tributes from these eras but did not include them in the Maratha Empire. तो ये पेशवाज के अंडर में आ गए थे शिवाजी के डेथ के बाद, और उसके बाद नॉर्थ पंजाब, राजस्थान जैसे एरियाज में भी इन्होंने अपना प्रॉपर तरीके से रेन स्टार्ट कर दिया था. Term bag, assassinate, to murder, possession, something that you have or own. Autonomous, self-governing. Custodian, a person who looks after something. Flashback, the kings who ruled after Aurangzeb came to be known as the later Mughals. Many kingdoms became independent in the 18th century. These were Awadh, Bengal, Hyderabad, Punjab and Mysore. Bengal became an independent kingdom under Murshid Quli Khan. He transferred his capital from Dhaka to Murshidabad. Hyderabad became an independent kingdom under Chin Kulich Khan, and he was also known as the Nizamul Mulk. The founder of the Sikh community was Guru Nanak. The Sikhs became a strong military force under Guru Gobind Singh. The Marathas emerged as a powerful force under Shivaji. And the third battle of Panipat gave a cruel blow to the Maratha supremacy in the north. Now the evaluation time. Fill the given OMR sheet to choose the correct option. Punjab flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Fill in the blank. The rulers who ruled after Aurangzeb came to be known as the later Mughals. Write T for true and F for false against each statement. The Jat kingdom attained his zenith under Suraj Mal, and that is not true. Match the following. Later Mughals. The later Mughals were successors of Aurangzeb. Very short answer type questions. Who was the last Mughal emperor? And he was Aurangzeb. Short answer type questions. How did foreign invasion led to the decline of the Mughals? Because foreign invasions happened, Aurangzeb died, and after that the success of Aurangzeb were not really efficient, and that is how the downfall of the Mughals or the Mughals happened. Long answer type questions. Who was Tipu Sultan? How did Mysore continue to grow as a formidable power under Tipu Sultan? So Tipu Sultan was really good. थर्ड एंग्लो-माइसोर वॉर में वो हार भी गए थे, सारी टेरिटरीज भी हार चुके थे, बट उसके बाद भी उन्होंने अपनी आर्मी को रिकंसोलिडेट करा और हैदराबाद को, मैसूर को बहुत अच्छी तरीके से उन्होंने कंडक्ट भी किया था. Skills enhancing corner. Map. Work on an outline map of India. Mark the following places: Awadh, Hyderabad, Mysore, Bengal, Punjab, Rajput states. ये 6 states को आपको मैप लेना है, पॉलिटिकल मैप, और उनको मार्क कर देना है. Then you have the NCERT corner. Certain questions with the answers given to that, with the explanations. Please go through it, revise the entire chapter once again properly, and rest of the exercise questions, please do it yourselves.